Tsutomu Yamaguchi's story is one of the most extraordinary survival tales in human history. A Japanese engineer, he is one of the few officially recognized people to have survived both atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. His experience is a testament to both the horrors of war and the resilience of the human spirit. In the summer of 1945, Yamaguchi was 29 years old and working for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. At the time, Japan was deeply entrenched in World War II, and his job involved overseeing the construction of tankers. He had been sent on a 3-month work assignment to Hiroshima, which was coming to an end in early August. On the morning of August 6th, he was preparing to leave the city and return home to Nagasaki when he saw an American B-29 bomber, the Enola Gay, flying overhead. Moments later, at 8:15 a.m., a blinding white flash filled the sky as the world's first atomic bomb, Little Boy, detonated over the city. Yamaguchi was about 3 kilometers from ground zero. The explosion's intense heat wave burned the left side of his body, and the shock wave hurled him into the air. His eardrums ruptured, and he temporarily lost his vision. Despite his injuries, he managed to crawl to a shelter and survive the night in a devastated city where tens of thousands had perished in an instant. On August 7th, injured and disoriented, he somehow made his way to the train station, where, remarkably, trains were still running. He boarded one and endured the long journey home to Nagasaki, desperate to reunite with his family. On August 8th, he arrived in Nagasaki, suffering from burns and exhaustion, but alive. He received basic medical treatment and, displaying incredible resilience, reported to work at Mitsubishi the very next day. When he told his boss about the destruction of Hiroshima and how a single bomb had obliterated an entire city, his superior refused to believe him, thinking such a weapon was impossible. As if fate itself wanted to prove him wrong. At 11:02 a.m. on August 9th, another blinding flash filled the sky. The second atomic bomb, Fat Man, detonated over Nagasaki. Yamaguchi, still in his office, was once again about 3 kilometers from the explosion. This time, he was inside a building, which shielded him from the worst of the blast, but the force shattered windows and sent debris flying. Incredibly, he survived a second nuclear explosion within just 3 days. Despite suffering from severe radiation exposure, Yamaguchi made it home, where he found that his wife and infant son had also survived, though his wife had suffered burns from the explosion. In the weeks and months that followed, he experienced severe radiation sickness, losing his hair and suffering from persistent fever and weakness. He later developed long-term health complications, including hearing loss and the effects of radiation burns, but he lived on. After the war, Tsutomu Yamaguchi resumed work as an engineer, but could not forget the horrors he had endured. For years he remained silent, trying to rebuild his life, yet the growing nuclear arms race convinced him that his story needed to be told. Determined to prevent future catastrophes, he became a passionate advocate for peace, traveling across Japan and beyond to share his testimony. He spoke at schools, peace conferences, and even the United Nations, describing the unimaginable devastation of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. His words carried immense weight, a first-hand account of nuclear destruction from someone who had lived through it twice. In 2009, the Japanese government officially recognized him as a Niju Hibakusha, one of the few survivors of both atomic bombings. Despite declining health, Yamaguchi remained a tireless voice for nuclear disarmament until his passing in 2010 at the age of 93. His legacy stands as a powerful testament to the horrors of war, the resilience of the human spirit, and the urgent need to ensure such destruction never happens again.